SAS were probably the best trained special forces soldiers that we had in the entire war. Other units would think that they were, but we were deployed where into the toughest situations. Mostly external, sometimes internal, but very few. Long-range operations. The SAS followed the same style selection courses as the British SAS and Australian and New Zealand SAS. I think anybody who's done a SAS course thinks that their course was the worst in the world, because to them it would have felt like that. Second best was not an option. You had to be mentally and physically fit with an aptitude for special force operations, and no matter how impossible the mission seemed, it was expected of you to succeed. And we trained for that. Us guys knew that it was the training that would make all the difference, and so it didn't matter how tough the training was, we willingly partook of that and endured it. But actually, before my selection course, there were others, and out of 100 people you might get 5 who would pass. Might. Sometimes none passed. Then 1 or 2 would pass. And what the powers that be decided was that we were wasting time trying to find enough staff to accomplish our missions with. So they created a rookies course for 3 months in which applicants could join. They would go away for the 3 months and they would be made fit enough for the course. It was actually almost like a pre-selection. If they weren't suitable, they would be just sent home. And then out of a group of 100, we might get 20 candidates that would succeed. I was keen to join the SAS, and I went and asked if they would accept me, and at that stage I was 37, so the recruitment officer looked at me as if I was out of my mind, and here's this ancient applicant before him, and the guys of 19 and 20 were really much fitter than I was. They had no chance of succeeding. So he said to me, go on this course. There's only 6 weeks of it left, but it will help you for the duration that it has, which I did. Well, I thought I was fit before I went there, and I found out very rapidly that I wasn't at all fit. And anyway, it helped me. I got through the selection okay. It was a little bit of a disadvantage being 37, because there was a kind of prejudice going on about taking somebody who was much older than the rest of the guys. And so for about 3 or 4 stints, I was assigned to camp duties forward base camps. And one day our commanding officer happened to be staying over for a night, and he asked me how it was going, and I told him that I wasn't happy at all. He asked me why, and I said, well, I'm not getting any combat. And he said, I'll guarantee you a contact within 1 week. I said, thank you very much, that's what I want. And I put up a good show during that contact, and the result was that other section commanders were quite keen to have me in their section. And from there it went from strength to strength.